Alright, this story's about the time me and my homeboy ran through a neighborhood trying to avoid the police because we were being stupid at a party. So graduation season comes around at the end of my senior year, and me and my friends, we really like to party, right? We would always be at house parties, Friday, Saturday night, doing what high school kids do, drinking, smoking, frankly, being degenerates, right? And so, like I said, graduation season comes around, and one of my homeboys stoned this supposedly pretty crazy graduation party. And we're like, okay, cool. We're gonna pop out. Everybody's gonna be there. People who usually don't party are gonna be there. A lot of our girls were gonna be there. So we were like, fuck it, let's go, right? And the city that I'm in, or the part of the city that I'm in, had at the time this party page. If you're throwing a party anywhere within this side of town, you could post it to this party page. You send in a picture of your flyer to this party page, and that party page had like thousands of followers. Would post it like a promotion almost, right? So this party just happened to be posted, and so not only our school was going to be there, but other schools were going to be there, right? So we figured, it's going to be a pretty big party. There'll be a lot of girls there. We should go. So here me and my homeboys are at this party. We show up pretty late, pre-gamed it. We also brought some booze and some bud, right? Great combo. And partying, hanging out, talking to our friends. And all of a sudden, from one side of the party, we hear, yo, everybody shut the fuck up. Everybody shut the fuck up. And I don't live in the ghetto, right? But I live close to it, I guess. And whenever you hear, yo, everybody shut the fuck up, you kind of just listen, right? Because I don't really want to find out what happens if I don't shut the fuck up, right? So, me and my homeboy, the girls we're talking to, just, start being quiet, right? And from a loud ass bullhorn from this dude's front yard, it's the cops. And we hear the cops pretty much telling us that the party needed to end and everybody that was in the backyard needs to come out, right? And so me and my homeboy look at each other and we're like, yo, we can't just walk out of this party, right? We got a bottle of liquor, probably like an onion of weed, with a box of tweez, right? And me and my homie, we don't like to waste things, right? We didn't just want to just give these cops our liquor, right? And especially not our weed. I was a pretty big stoner, I'm not gonna lie to you. And so we decided the best option in this scenario was to jump through backyards to try to avoid police. And that's what we did. We saw a bunch of other, frankly, degenerate kids jump over one of the fences, and we were like, fuck it, we're going too. And the girls we're talking to, right, we're like, no, you'll be good. They'll just take your liquor and take your weed. And we're like, yeah, no, that's not happening. And we were pretty good friends with them, so we pretty much told them, like, hey, we're gonna leave. We'll catch up with y'all later. Alright, we'll see y'all at Whataburger. So that's the spot, right? So me and my homeboy, we take off. Jump over this fence. First fence was pretty good. Keep in mind, me and my homeboy, we are pretty lit at this point. I don't know exactly about him, but I'm pretty stoned. And I've had a couple too many shots of Pink Whitney at this point. That was the drink, right? Pink Whitney. So I'm pretty drunk, pretty high, run through his backyard. First fence goes alright. Second fence, a little bit shaky. Third fence, I am tired as fuck. So I'm like, jumping over this fence is definitely a chore. I like flipped. I didn't even jump over this fence. I like flipped myself over this fence. And because of the state that I was in, I ended up kind of like falling and slipping, and that shit hurt. Right. So we run to this next backyard, and my friend is substantially faster than I am. Right. He's a tall, skinny kid. I'm not. So we're running, and we get to this fence, and I don't know why, but this fence looked way taller than all the other fences that we just ran over, right? And so I'm like, fuck. And out of the corner of my eye, I see a small, like power box, right? In somebody's backyard. And I decide, hey, if I can jump on that, I can just like hurdle over the fence, right? And at the time, it seemed like a pretty good option, you know. I don't really gotta jump, right? I don't have to jump over this fence, and it might be easier for me, you know, because frankly, I'm tired as fuck and kind of fat. So here I go, jumping over this power box, and it didn't occur to me that if I were to trip over this fence, trying to hurdle it, right, I was gonna fall flat on my face, and that shit would not feel good. That didn't occur to me, obviously, right? Stupid kid. I'm drunk. I'm high. So here I go. Jump on this power box in one bound. Try to hurdle this fence. My back foot clips the fence, and I fell about 5 to 6 feet flat onto my face and my chest. My wind's knocked out, and I'm like, holy shit! Right? I just crushed the onion that was in my pocket. And the bottle of Pink Whitney was jammed into my stomach, and that should hurt, obviously. But I got up because we could still hear the bullhorn of the cops rolling down the street, and we could still see the lights, the cop lights. So we weren't safe yet. And like I said, didn't really want to get caught, right? So I don't really have a choice here. I had to keep going. Surrender and retreat was not an option. So me and my homeboy running, and we get to this fence, another fence. Obviously, we're still running through backyards, and this fence, I guess, was just not structurally sound, because as soon as I put my hands on top of this fence to throw myself over, the fence fucking falls. Like, the whole fence falls. And the ruckus that this fence made was incredible. So incredible, in fact, that the homeowner came outside into his backyard and was like, yo, what the fuck's going on out here? And he sees a tall, skinny black dude, and a short, little fat Mexican run through his backyard. He's like, yo, what the fuck? So he starts chasing us, right? The cops hear the commotion. There's cops at his fence now, right? Asking him what's wrong. He's telling us, two young men run to my backyard. So the cops are looking for us. We're like, fuck, right? So eventually, me and my friend, we run out of the backyard. It's just green belt now. And me and him look at each other, and we're like, bro, what are we gonna do? And he says, we should just go into the neighborhood, right? We can hide in the neighborhood, we can hide out, we can find somewhere. So I'm like, fuck it. Get out this green belt, go hide in somebody's bushes. To tell you the truth. At this point, I'm wondering if it's all worth it. You know, it's a cheap bottle of Pink Whitney and, you know, some weed that I probably shouldn't even be smoking, if I'm being real. I'm like, you know what? Yes, it is. It is worth it. So, keep running. And 15, 20 minutes goes by, probably, that we've been running. Finally get to this neighborhood. Me and my homeboy hide in somebody's bushes. Come out, and we're like, you know what? I think the coast is clear. Right? We haven't seen a cop. We haven't heard a cop in about 5 minutes. Right? We should be good. I don't know how he managed to keep all these tweezers in this box, for one. Because if I was having a hard time throwing myself over this fence, then I know he was having a hard time throwing himself over this fence. Right? right? And so I'm like, well, at least when we get back to my house, I got a whole case of Tweez, or almost full case of Tweez, about half a bottle of Pink Whitney, and enough weed for me to smoke. Enough weed for both of us, right? And so we finally come out these bushes, walking down the street, laughing, frankly celebrating our newfound victory over these police. And we see familiar set of headlights rolling down the street towards us, and we're like, hey, that looks like cop car headlights. My friend looks at me and he goes, fuck, maybe the coast wasn't cleared. And I'm like, what? And just as we're like hoping that it's not a cop, a lights flick on, right? And we're like, fuck. So me and him take off running. I think the note about my friend is that he was like low key like a track star. He was way faster than I am, like I mentioned before. So he takes off and he leaves me the fuck behind. And I'm like, yo. The thing about my friend though is that he's not very smart. Yeah, he's faster than me and he's probably a little more agile, but I'm way smarter than he is. So I'm like, fuck this. I'm not running. I'm gonna hide. Right? Because if I hide and he doesn't see me hiding, he's just gonna look at my friend, who's probably not smart enough to hide. Right? So I go, I run around a street corner, and I hide under somebody's truck. I'm like, I'm hoping, I'm praying that he doesn't see me hiding under his truck. Because if he does, you know, I'm stuck under this truck, right? He's gonna come, he's gonna get me, and I'm gonna get found. Right? And sure enough, this cop turns the corner, drives past this truck, and I'm like, sweet. Right? I hide under this truck for about 5 more minutes, make sure there's no other cops coming down this way. And I call my homeboy. And I shit you not, first ring, I can hear his fucking phone ringing. And I'm like, what? I look, and about 10 feet away from me, there's my friend laying flat in somebody's front yard, like behind a tree under some bushes. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? You're over here? And he's like, holy shit, I didn't even see you. Me and my friend had hid in the same yard. We didn't even realize it. I was laying like 30 feet away. Right? I'm like, wow. So we get up, call my mom. Okay, mom. Me and my homeboy, we left this party. We ran because we had a bunch of stuff with us. And she's like, are you fucking serious? She comes to pick us up, right? And she calls me about 5 minutes later, and she tells me, she's like, hey, this neighborhood is packed with fucking cops. I'm like, what? And she's like, this neighborhood is packed with cops. There are maybe like 14, 15 cops in front of this house. She's like, is that where the party was? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, what happened? And I'm like, well, nothing. Because where I'm from, a lot of the parties that get thrown tend to get like shot up, right? And so she was thinking like, oh man, this party got shot up, my son was there, whatever. Well, no, the party didn't get shot up, the party had got shut down. Like, somebody complained, right? So she's like, okay, cool, we'll send me your location, I'm on the way to get you. And I'm like, okay. Send her my location, and she's like, hey, yeah, you're gonna have to walk to me because I can't get past all these cops. Like, I guess they were like blocking the streets so people couldn't leave. Right? And I'm like, okay, cool. So I head over to my mom, right? And it's a good time. Get into her car, finally safe, right? And just like in my mom's car, one of my homies calls me. He's like, hey, bro, where you at? Can I get a ride? I'm like, what? He's like, can I get a ride? I'm like, yeah, I bet, where are you? And he's like, oh, I'm in front of this house. They got me in handcuffs, but I should be good. I'm like, what? What do you mean you got you in handcuffs? And they're like, oh yeah, they got me in handcuffs because I tried to run. I'm like, wow. I caught you? And he's like, yeah. He's like, nah, but I should be good though. Can you just tell your mom that she's my mom? And they'll let me go. I'm like, alright. So my mom, mom's like, damn, for real? I really gotta do this? And I'm like, it's my good friend though, mom. And my mom knew this friend. He's around a lot. And he's a pretty good dude. So my mom was like, you know what? I'll do this one time. Right? Shout out to the homie. He knows who he is. But, yeah. It's overall a pretty good time, pretty good experience. It ended up with my mom, pretended to be his mom. But, yeah. Moral of the story is, don't party when you're in high school. And certainly don't go to no ghetto-ass party. Because if you do, you're running risk to get caught. So just be smart and be safe.